I was brought up in a Christian family, very loving home, and at about 13 years old, my mum and dad were like, look, we're going to continue Bible study and praying together as a family, but you don't have to come to church every Sunday anymore. That's a choice you make. And of course, as a 13-year-old who thought I knew everything, I was like, see you later. I never want to go again. And for the next couple of years, I lived probably very dangerously, a lot of situations that could have ended my life that were, partying and drugs and everything that entailed, even though I'd had this really suburban upbringing with no trauma. And when I was about 17, again, a really dangerous situation with a man who dealt drugs. And I was, at the time, I didn't know what it was, praying in tongues. No one had ever taught me that. I didn't know what it meant. And so I just have my mouth constantly doing these weird actions. I was at my mum and dad's printing press business, and there was a book there, and I'd run out of data on my mobile phone, and this book they were printing was called The Walk of the Spirit, The Walk of Power. And I was like, boring Christian stuff. But I had nothing else to do, so I opened it up, and it began explaining what praying in tongues was. The Holy Spirit interceding for you when you don't have the words. And that was this massive revelation because I'd grown up knowing that God loved me. I heard the voice of God very clearly. I knew what I was doing was both dangerous to me and harmful to others, but I didn't care. And to know that even in the middle of that, God was interceding for me, was protecting me, was blessing me, was hoping for me, I was like, well, God's not a vending machine. I always thought it was like if you behaved well, God would look after you. And if you behaved badly, God would ignore you. And that just showed me it wasn't true, that God really is our ultimate parent. That you're not waiting till I do better to come find me, that you're trying right now. I said, if that's who you are, then I'll follow you for the rest of my life. And I've said yes every day since because, the Holy Spirit changed my life that day. In my previous role in the Salvation Army New Zealand, Fiji, Tonga and Samoa territory, I'd been in a ministry, in women's ministries, that I just loved, like absolutely loved. It was podcasting and website building and social media community and building resources, all of the things I loved doing. And I remember one day, the Holy Spirit really talking to me about, will you release this for my sake? And I didn't really understand because I thought, I'm doing a really good job, like not bragging, maybe I am, but I was doing a good job. And I thought, why would I need to release this? Because I'm doing the ministry and it hasn't become an idol, I didn't think. But God really said to me, if you are following me and I'm asking you to move this way, will you trust me in that? And it was probably one of the most painful things I've ever done to leave that role. And people said to me, so what are you doing next? And I said, I don't know. And so left this ministry that I loved for unemployment. But it was a really interesting time of the Holy Spirit saying, will you take a leap of faith into nothing? Often it's, will you take a leap of faith into doing this next step or that next step? But to take a leap of faith where there isn't something that you can point to and say, oh, well, then God did this or that. But actually to, just land with this time of no job. And so for about 6 months, I just stayed around my community and my core and Upper Hutt in New Zealand. And after that, this amazing phone call came out of nowhere to come, would you come to Australia? And that was really amazing. But for me, the Holy Spirit saying, things are going great, and now will you trust me in that silence? And it was extremely difficult and painful, but worth it.